Thanks for coming back. This is A1. I'm Troy Siple, and this is take 2 of Ryan Rinz. Welcome back. Thanks for coming, dude.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, anytime. So what's been cooking?
Well, not
what else?
much.
What else?
Yeah,
What's
right?
going on?
Try to recapture the magic of the first episode we shot.
Yeah, right? I'm forgetful, so you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty forgetful too.
I
I have no idea too much of what we were talking about. I know we were talking about crowd pops for a little bit.
Yeah, nothing like it.
Yeah, and
you showed me a Jay-Z video from was it
Glastonbury? Or
Glastonbury. Yeah.
And he did that song Wonderwall by whoever. He opened,
Oasis.
Yeah, because he got like Artist of the Year or something. He came out and did that.
Yeah.
And then did the whole song in its entirety.
It was pretty rad.
Yeah, it was cool. A cool way to open the show, especially when somebody was hating on you.
Yeah. Dude, he came out with the guitar. I don't think he was playing it, but
No, I don't think he was either.
Yeah,
but it was more for the image, yeah.
To play somebody else's song, which, he had to pay them rights if he performed it live on that level.
I would think so,
It was
right?
being filmed.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was like cinematographers and shit. Was it cell phone footage or was it like concert footage?
It looked like concert footage. It was high quality.
For the song,
yeah.
But it was just a fuck you.
I think he wanted the footage of it too.
The crowd ate it up, dude.
Oh yeah, they
It
loved
was amazing. But so how's comedy been going, dude?
Comedy's been pretty good. I've been having a lot of fun with it lately. That's what I've been doing lately. I mean, just the amount of I've been getting a little bit more shows. I've been noticing.
That's awesome.
I mean, but yeah,
Congrats.
of course,
Congrats.
I don't want to say that, but then like not get more shows after the shows I'm getting already. But
yeah.
I feel like I'm connecting with some of the right people.
Yeah, man.
So that's been nice. Everybody that I've been talking to has been real nice. They've been pushing me in the right direction there.
That's amazing to hear.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah. Walk me back how you started.
So it all started, I guess it was just like, I mean, it was for years. It was just like, I'm kind of sitting around and you're just like, man, I would love to do that. You're just like, you're waiting for The Simpsons to come on. Seinfeld's on. You're like, who's this guy? And then it was just like watching even Chappelle's show. I was like, I think it was like 5 or 6 or 7 maybe when that show was around.
Sure.
And I had an older friend. He was like 14 at the time, and he was showing me all that stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, this is crazy. This is the craziest thing ever."
Right.
And then after a while, you're sitting there, and it's like there's always that saying. It's like rappers want to be comedians, and comedians want to be rappers. And it was for a while. It was like, oh, maybe I'm going to be a rapper.
Yeah.
And then, like, into my 20s there, I was like, oh, no, maybe I'm just a comedian.
I did the same thing.
So then it was just like, writing jokes for a while. And then eventually I bumped into my friend Misbah, who I hadn't seen in a while.
Right.
And I was like, yo, man, I'm going to this open. He's like, dude, I've been doing open mics. And it was kind of like oh, wow, like, let's rock these open mics for a little while. And then we just hit the scene in Philly for a year. And then just like it was a wrap. And then
awesome.
And then 5 years later, here I am.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're getting shit.
It's definitely fun.
Yeah. You said you hung out with Josh Potter this
Yeah.
past weekend.
That was pretty interesting. Yeah, it was cool because I guess he did a show before Late Night Laughs over at Soul Joel's. So he stuck around for a little while, was just in the hang there.
That's awesome, dude.
And then, it was like Lemaire was there, Dorian Vasquez, Dan Clark was there. There was a lot of people there. It was a lot of fun.
That's
it was
a good
just
hang.
a fun hang, man.
Yeah,
that was
awesome.
like that's 90% of it. I tell
think
people,
so.
I said that hang is very underrated.
It's very important.
Oh yeah, it's very important.
It's so clutch,
Especially when you could do it. I mean, like, I don't like to be that guy, but sometimes, I mean, I like to get out of that mic pretty fast. I mean, I mean, it's like, I mean, sometimes you can hang, but sometimes it's like, hey, man, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not trying to. For me, it's an hour to.
Yeah,
to
me
a city
too. And
mic,
it's like, I'm not trying to have like a drink every night,
right.
man.
I know,
like,
it adds up too.
Just,
you want to be nice to the bartenders too. I quit drinking, thank God.
Oh, nice.
But the hang is still very clutch. That's how you meet. That's how I meet like a lot of these.
Oh yeah.
That's how I met you the first time.
Yeah.
It was at Tuned Up.
Yeah, I hosted that kind of recent. That was fun.
Nice.
It was a fun hang over there. They got a showcase coming up soon.
Dan Sherman was there. Dan did Pro.
Yeah. Dan DiAprile, he was at the Soul Jules, yeah.
Yeah, he's coming on the show next month. Yeah.
I hadn't seen him in a little bit, so it was cool to bump into him again. Yeah,
yeah, he's funny as shit. So yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it, dude. The hang is clutch.
Yeah, I've been exploring more open mics too, which is fun.
Yeah?
I like going to these newer open mics I've never been to.
Where are you going?
Like Bar 13's been like a new favorite of mine.
Yeah,
It's
still my profile.
I kind of traded tuned up for that, but yeah.
That's a great mic. I gotta go back.
I enjoy
Shout
that
out to
one,
Fenris.
man.
Fenris is the man.
Fenris was out of town 2 weeks ago, and
okay.
Man, it was the inmates took over the prison there, man. It was interesting, man. There was like a bunch of horse jockey people there.
Sure.
From Delaware Parks.
Oh, spilling out.
Yeah, I guess they were like celebrating or something. They were moving back down. Like I was talking to the one dude.
They stand out in the crowd.
Yeah.
Or stand down in the crowd.
Yeah, very, very good point. The one guy, he was like heavily Jamaican though, and for some reason,
a jockey.
Yeah, this guy was like in charge of the jockeys, I think.
I was like the wrangler.
Yeah, he was the jockey wrangler. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. It sounds like my combo of like how I put clothes on. It's like, all right, put the jockeys on, and then I put the wranglers on. You know?
Yeah.
But
I love it.
Yeah, it was interesting to see there how that whole dynamic there, because it was just like, I mean, it was a wild crew. I mean, like, okay, there was like 3 or 4 jockeys there.
Yeah, dude.
And then there was like,
were they laughing?
One of them signed up for the open mic. And
Hell
then yeah. I mean, he went up.
Did he do jockey material?
I mean, he went up and proceeded to not be funny for 5 minutes. He was like,
just burned it.
Yeah, he was just like kind of being a douche.
It was a dare situation.
And then every comic after him just like went to attack that group. There was like 3 or 4 gay dudes in the group. There was like 3 or 4 chicks that were like kind of white trash in that group. That were like, they were just being reckless, screaming, yelling during everybody's set.
Yeah. Brutal.
And then Chris Dolan came out there and slaughtered them. Yeah, it was amazing to see. That guy's awesome. He slaughtered it. Luke Kincaid, he crushed him.
Yeah, I got to reach out to that guy. He's hilarious.
He's fun. He's fun.
I got to talk to Otis too. Otis is
fun too.
Yeah, he's the man.
They're both musically talented too.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they're pretty good at music. I can't remember which one of them does which, but one of them plays the piano, the other one plays guitar.
Oh, sick. I play guitar. I make the music for the show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that's very cool.
The opening theme song for Dan Callahan's podcast.
Oh, nice.
And Brendan Donovan.
I thought you were about to say like The Simpsons or something. That was
that was
get
me.
The fuck out
that
of
was
here,
me, man. I'm living off the royalties.
You're like
I spent my money.
Yeah.
I spent my money.
Did you just like they did that girl who made the Nike logo, right? They're like, $100 and like a high five.
There you go. Don't spend it all in one place, asshole.
They're like, thanks for the check.
Yeah. Peace. Multi-billion-dollar industry. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I wish I could. No, I need to be making more music though. I could do something with it. You know what I really want to do? I want to do like VO work.
Oh yeah, like
voiceover. I don't know how to get.
Oh, that would be fun.
Shit,
I was friends with the voiceover guy in college.
Yeah, reach out to me if you're watching this. Discover me. No,
that's the way to do it. Honestly, yeah, just get your stuff on the internet.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes, I can talk like this.
What got me like to notice I had a decent voice. I had a teacher pull me aside one time, and he was like, "Yo, man, you got a really good commentary voice."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, dude, don't tell me that. Boost the ego a little bit here, man.
Make a fella feel good."
I was like, "Man, what am I doing here? I should be reading books on audio for people."
Yeah, I want to do that shit. Yeah,
I heard there's good money in that.
I don't know about the money. I want to find out though. So if you're out there,
you'd have to read into it, huh?
Yeah. So let's see who are like coming up were your influences comedically.
I mean, it was
because we all kind of like aped somebody at the beginning.
I mean, it was like a lot of Seinfeld, a lot of Chappelle.
Sure.
And then it was like after that, I started just diving into a bunch of people. It was like. I mean, Dane Cook was huge at the time for a while.
Yeah.
Very, he's a decent guy too. I mean, like I shot up a DM one time, like earlier stages of comedy, and he was talking to me for like a little while, DMing back and forth, just like giving advice and shit.
That's cool.
I wish he, honestly, he's got some of the best album pops I like to listen to within the sense of like, if you listen to his first album and you listen to all right, guys, here comes Dane Cook. And then like the crowd's just like, all right, you know, clapping a little bit, and then like the applause ends after like 10, 15 seconds, but then like Then you listen to Vicious Circle, and he comes out in the square, in the garden, in the round there, man.
Amazing.
And that crowd pop is like maybe
Vicious.
3 minutes long.
Fucking
It's
vicious.
like 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah. And it's a shame because like Dane used to have that stuff on iTunes, but it's gone, Dane. Put it back.
Why is that?
They're probably not paying him right. Which
His
is like, all
brother
right, I
fucked
get
him
it.
over, right?
Yeah.
How many millions of dollars?
Too much. Yeah, it was a lot
Did
of
he
money.
recoup any of that?
I'm not entirely sure. They said they found like 8 million or something, and they got it back to him or something. But
That blows, dude. Especially when it's family too.
yeah,
Fuck.
oh yeah, yeah,
What you gonna do? But you gotta be selective about your business. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Very true.
So what shows do you have coming up?
So it's fun. I got the If Museum through Joe Ferraro, the Easton Comedy Offensive. That's gonna be a fun one. And then same night, I'm doing one over in New Hope, John and Peters, and that was really cool to like do the double there.
Double header? That's pretty sick.
It's very interesting how it all like came about too. I was like at the Soul Joel's mic doing that show, and then Dan Clark came up to me. He was like, "Yo, man, can't we do that show Friday or whatever like that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun show, man."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wait a minute, what show are you talking about?" He was like, "Oh, the one in New Hope." I was like, "I'm not on that show." And he was like, no, like you're on that show.
No.
He's like, D'Alto is gonna text you tomorrow. Like he said some psychic shit, and like I got the text, and he was like, I was like, oh man,
Sick,
can I make
dude.
both of these work?
Yeah. That'll be sick. That'll be
Yeah,
sick.
so 10 minutes at each, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, a double header. That's awesome.
I have a lot of high hopes for the second set. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, that second one's gonna be tight.
We were saying out there, you can like kind of adjust in your head from on the way to one show.
Oh
to the
yeah,
other.
you get a nice hour car ride in between.
You ever done stand up in Easton before too? Might be a different crowd from Philly.
Once it was a bad bomb. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad.
It was a bad bomb.
It was really bad.
I've had those a lot.
But
of
it's the same guy who's booking me again. You know, so he's like,
That's
he
awesome.
believes in me. He's
yeah.
like,
You
I'll
can
give you another
you can
shot,
see
buddy.
something,
Yeah,
you know, having a bad set.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
But the material's there.
Yeah.
You can judge it. I've seen you. You're great.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
hilarious.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Then so that's gonna be interesting.
Did you do outdoor shows during the pandemic and shit, or did you like take a
I do
break?
some outdoor shows, man?
Did all
I'll
the
tell you what,
outdoors?
man. I did the outdoor shows, the outdoor mics,
Yeah.
all types of that shit. One of the weirdest ones I had in Philly was it was called the dumpster fire mic.
Sure, I believe I've heard of it. Is it still around?
I don't know if it's still around or not, but it was
I feel like I've seen it.
it was like an outdoor fencing type thing, like say it was like a school ground, but it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a double high fencing.
the metal
so
fencing?
yeah, and then there
Yeah.
was like kind of an opening to walk out there, and a bunch of like a couple of us were like out there and just hanging out on the outskirts of that like area.
Yeah.
And comics are going up and whatnot. I went to go take a piss by this dumpster.
Yeah.
And I'm peeing by this dumpster, man. And somebody in the corner, like from behind the dumpster, just goes on the other side of it, just like, "Yeah, man, you got a lighter?"
While you're pissing.
Yeah, while I'm pissing.
Oh, dude, not the time.
Yeah,
Not the
right.
time.
Yeah, like I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I look over and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, Little Uzi Vert.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was like, Little Uzi Vert, and he was like,
Wow.
"Yeah, bro, you got a lighter?" And I was like,
That is the
reached into my
Dude.
pocket and I like tossed him my lighter, and then he just dipped off into the studio. And then Frank Nablet walked up to me. He's like, "Dude, was that Little Uzi Vert?" And I
Did
was
you
like,
steal your lighter.
I was like, "Yeah, man, he just bicked me and then vanished." This guy just vanished into the
Bick and run.
studio. Yeah,
The old big and run. Damn.
yeah. And
He
then
literally just took
it was
somebody for a
insanity.
lighter
He went into,
outside the door.
He went into the studio.
He clearly knew you were pissing, don't you think?
Yeah,
Or was he that
it was pretty interesting.
oblivious?
No, I don't even know.
That fucking blows.
It was definitely a shame. I mean,
Where was this? Where's the studio?
right next to the dumpster fire mic, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Then he was in the
fucking-
parking lot taking foot. Like an hour later, he was like in the parking lot after I'd like to say that he watched me do a set.
In your head.
Yeah, right. I was like,
Like,
oh
Lil
shit,
Uzi's
he's
Vert
watching me.
saw
He
me.
gave me like a thumbs up in the back, like you know, like at the end of movies. I was like, thanks, man.
You rule.
Yeah, he shot me a text. He was like, great set.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking nailed it, brother.
But he was outside.
I got you for that lighter.
He was just standing there on top of his Lamborghini
Yeah.
SUV, just taking photos.
What's
of
your
himself.
Venmo, bro?
Yeah, right.
Fucking A.
I could only think he was trying to give the lighter back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he just forgot,
In
you
your
know.
heart of hearts. That's all you can believe. Fuck, man. How many Have you met any bigger comics?
I met Mark Norman. He was cool.
Yeah, he's good. I saw him a couple weeks ago.
Chuck Nice, he was pretty cool.
Chuck Nice?
Yeah. He's nice people.
Hell yeah.
David Tell was pretty cool.
Dude, I was supposed to see him the night before we were going to
at Joel's?
California. Yeah. And
Yeah,
we were
that's where I saw him
too
at.
tired and we have to fly early in the morning.
It's pretty interesting to see how many people like didn't give a shit about David Tell except for like the
we
comedians.
bought tickets and didn't go.
Because like all these people were walking by him. He was like down to talk to
He's like
people.
my hero, yeah.
It was like $10 for an autograph. I was like, I'll give this guy $10. Sign a poster. Thanks,
tell
man.
I would.
The poster was worth $10 in my opinion. I was like, cool poster.
He can get that. Yeah. He can get 10.
Yeah.
Fucking Natal. And I regret that.
Smoking a cigarette, he was signing shit. He was like,
you know. What are the lines? Dude, that's amazing. Was that was the dome.
Yeah, they did it in the dome.
In the sand. Fucking A. You ever done that?
The dome?
Yeah.
I've done mics at the dome. I never did a show at the dome.
Because of Sunnybrook, the inside?
They still,
or do they?
Yeah, they stopped the inside over in Royersford because of the dome. But then they still do both over at Sunnybrook.
Gotcha.
They like alter them, I think.
Yeah.
Depends on who's coming
around.
in. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, there'll be some random people coming through that place.
My buddy Misbah did the dome one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did pretty.
Dan Callahan and Brendan Donegan have
I remember,
open for Kurt Metzger.
Oh, yeah. I remember when Callahan used to run that mic.
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
He worked for Joel.
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
And that's all I'll say.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Yeah,
I know.
That's the shit, though. That's all I know. Yeah. So, what else?
Oh, man.
How about these fucking rockets going back and forth, dude? All this fucking bloodshed.
Dude,
what do we do?
I'm so clueless with
I don't
that
even
stuff.
know how to be funny about it.
It's funny because like people were talking Palestine, and I was like, "What about that guy R.L. Stein?" It's Halloween,
Goosebumps.
you know. I was like,
yo, I would buy out the bookstore. When they had the mobile
the Scholastic.
Yeah.
So you see this?
When they come to your school,
funny,
and you get some money.
That hit the news recently. Did you see this? Mothers are in uproar because they're segregating the books.
Always in uproar. What is it?
They're segregating the books.
Well, how?
Into sections.
Like, I mean, racially, you mean?
So racially and sexually.
In school libraries?
In school libraries.
True?
Yeah. This is like a true thing. Mothers are in uproar.
What are they labeling these sections? Is it
the Black Voices section.
Uh-huh.
The LGBTQ section.
Everyone else.
Yeah, and then whites only. No, I'm just no. Nazis.
Yeah.
You know, if your content. Yeah, it's just
depending on where you fall.
Yeah, right. But no, I just like I guess everything else. But it was just funny to me because I was like, years ago. I mean, I don't pay for subscription services on these TVs and all that, but I have Tubi, and they like have sections divided just like that.
Black Voices, yeah, they do it on like
Black Voices, LGBTQ,
HBO and shit, and Netflix.
Yeah, it's just like I'm like, all right, like I mean, like it just makes it a little bit easier to make a choice. I mean, but like I guess they don't want kids making that choice.
I don't have a problem.
I don't
with
know.
It, why is it just?
I don't know why it matters.
Good content. How about that?
Just put all the books in one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Put them in a bin. Let them choose.
Because then you can then it's teaching kids that they can avoid certain things too.
It's just crazy. I mean, why are they still selling books?
Like
That's why. Why is nobody asking that? Why aren't these books free?
Yeah. We live in a time when you can live in a selective reality.
Yeah.
Depends on which news you watch.
Oh, yeah.
Who you fucking hang out with. It's fucking weird how much you're on the internet,
Yeah. I mean, the majority of my news, I just get off of the back of a cereal box.
Yeah.
But no.
Milk
I mean,
for
just,
me.
Yeah.
Just see who's around the neighborhood.
Yeah. It's just like, it's just, I don't know. You see the news. It's just, I don't know.
It's sad.
It is sad.
And I don't know where it's headed either.
No.
It's fucking weird, man. So fucking, there is no solution though.
No.
War. We've never stopped it before. What's to stop us now? We got bigger shit to blow up.
I saw,
now.
I was reading somewhere that, years ago, Robert Kraft went over and met Putin.
I'm not surprised by that.
And he was showing him his Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
And Putin just was like,
did he try it on?
He tried it on. He was like, I could kill somebody with this, and then he just put it in his pocket and walked away.
I tried on Eagles Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
From I I used to work with this dude whose mom's boyfriend was Swoop, the
Oh,
fucking mascot.
really?
Yeah. So he came in one time and I tried on the ring.
That's pretty cool.
It's fucking, yeah.
The Nuggets, the basketball ring, they just released
That shit
like
is huge.
Did you see what it looked like?
No. Not this one. I'm talking
This
about
new one is crazy as shit, and it's. I tell you not, I shit you not. I saw this Instagram ad for one the other day. It was like storage ring, and I was like, interesting. Like, what would you need to store in a ring?
Compartments and shit.
Yeah, there was like a compartment. So you take the ring off, and it slides out.
Yeah,
and there's like a little like compartment in there, and I was wonder what that's for, you know? And then
a little.
Yeah, and then so then I see the Nuggets ring, and they have that same function.
What?
They have a little storage compartment in there.
Slide open?
It just you have to take the ring off, and then it slides open.
Oh, underneath. So it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be taken off.
You can't just like do it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Dude.
I thought that was interesting. I was just like, why would they need that?
Yeah. Why would they need that?
Yeah, I was just like, huh.
That's fucking interesting.
It's the first time they've ever done it too. They said.
What are they worth?
The rings?
Yeah.
It's got to be like 15,000, 25,000. It's like, I think it's less than we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
They don't sell for that much either.
No.
Like resale market? Not really. I mean, unless you're like Tom Brady, I don't think it's selling for a lot.
Right.
I was actually having this whole dilemma the other day. I mean, like I resell things, and I was thinking to myself, like how I think every athlete signature reaches like any signature in general reaches a point of irrelevancy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, unless you're like one of the super, I mean, like Michael Jordan, that's going to hold strong for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, but then like you look at somebody like Joe Montana. I was saying to myself the other day, I was like, how relevant is Joe Montana? Is there anybody out there really trying to buy a Joe Montana football right now? Like,
maybe a few, but not many.
Maybe a few, but not a lot.
Many.
I mean, it's like very narrowed to a Niners fan, you know? I mean, like me, I'd be in the market for Tom Brady football.
Yeah.
I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm just like, I like Tom Brady. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that worth? Like a signed football by a big fella.
It depends on
a big star.
I mean, like, you know, the Tom Brady's and the Michael Jordans, that's probably gonna fetch couple $100. But I mean, like, even like the other day, my buddy sold a Muhammad Ali glove, autographed.
Wow.
How much do you think that goes for?
One glove? $800.
That's correct. It goes for
Fucking
around. It goes for around $800.
Holy
but
shit.
You need the COA, which is the certificate of authenticity, and he didn't have that, so he only got like $250 for it. But
wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's like, and even then, you're just like still at a question there because it's just some dude sitting there like, yep, this is him.
He definitely.
And you're
like,
you know.
It could be from Dick's Sporting Goods.
Of course. Yeah. I know this one guy at an auction house I go to drop stuff off. I mean, it's like, it's a bottom of the barrel auction house. Like, this is like, it's a bad auction house. But he'll put stuff out on that table and he signs it.
Okay. Like in front
like
of you.
He'll have some Giants memorabilia and he'll sign it like Eli Manning. You know? What,
like, Oh, you mean he'll sign other people?
Yeah, he'll sign other people's names.
And then makes how much off that?
I mean, like the $10 item will sell for $20 now because people are like, maybe it's Eli.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a weird hustle that I've seen from like an older generation. That guy's like 50 or 60, and he's like,
just
looks like a pack of cigarettes. He just hops out of his car, man, and just like,
that's ice cold.
He's a crazy guy. Why sometimes I see him over at the flea market, and he's like talking to this other guy who only sells porn VHS tapes.
Sure.
And I'm just like, dude, I can't imagine what those two were talking about right now. Just, have you seen this one, man? Like,
he's like, yeah, I wore out that tape. Motherfucker, that's I want to bug that.
Sticky conversation for sure.
Be a fly on that wall.
Yeah, those guys, man. It's a different life. And then you wonder,
VHS
you know, it's
porn.
like, you see people, they live a healthy life and they die in their like 50s or 60s. And then you go to this flea market and there's people in their late 80s that look like they beat COVID 3 times. And like, you're just like, how's this guy still alive? And he's smoking cigarettes, you know, he's looking for drugs. You're like, man, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, but they outlive.
Yeah.
It's like to fucking sanitize it with the whiskey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wonder.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
I was at a flea market one time and I sold this guy an amp, a guitar amp.
Yeah.
And I had it on my table and it was early in the morning. It's like 4 a.m., right? And it's like I'm maybe on an all-nighter. I'm a little tired. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood for anybody's shit. So I pull up at 4 a.m. and this one guy, he starts playing music too loud.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. You pick and choose your battles. I was like, nah, not here, not right now. I'm not gonna say anything to that guy. And then I'm over here setting up the table. I put the amp out, and this guy walks up and he's like, "How much you got on this thing, man?" I was like, $20. And he was like, "Ah." And I was like, "What do you want to pay, man?"
Yeah.
And he was like,
You call it.
He's like, "Does it work?" And I said, "Well, here's the thing, man. I tested it, but only with a microphone." I said, "I don't have a guitar to test that thing."
Fair enough.
I said, I'll do it for $10 as is."
Yeah.
Right? And he was like, "Nah, all right." Pulls out a 10. We make the exchange. He goes off into the night.
Right.
It's like dark outside still.
Yeah.
About an hour goes by. This guy comes back. He's got the amp in his hand. He's just like, "Yeah, man, it didn't work."
Oh, fuck.
He's like, "Where do you want me to put it?" And I was like, I don't know, man. Wherever you put your belongings. I mean, I was like, I don't know.
The place where you put your stuff.
Yeah, right. And he was just like, "Oh, you're gonna do me like that?" And I was like, yeah.
I guess so.
I was like, man, I sold it to you as is, man. And
Yeah.
we're at a flea market. I'm not, you know, how do I know you didn't go over there and just blow it out?
Right. What do you want from me?
And this 60-year-old man, 70-year-old man just lifted this thing above his head and just threw it at me.
Oh, shit. He was that old? Oh, damn.
Yeah, he threw the amp at me.
You like, did you bob and weave?
He was so old he could put no power in that throw. The thing landed like 2 feet in front of me, and I didn't even flinch. So it made me look real cool.
Yeah.
It was like I used telekinetic powers to stop it in its tracks. It's like hit a wall in front of me and dropped. And then I broke my cool, and I was like, "Listen, old man, you ever throw some shit like that again? You know, that'll be the last time you ever throw anything. You know."
Damn. I've never been in a fight with an old man. That's why
I didn't want to have to beat him up, but it was getting there, man. I was like, "Yeah, man, you can't be throwing shit, dude."
Yeah. What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
Did it like break completely?
I actually ended up putting it right back on the table and sold it again for $10.
So you doubled your money.
Yeah. The guy with the same spiel happened. Guy
You're
walked
like-
up. He's like, "What do you got on the amp?" I was like, 20.
Couple
He's like,
dings.
Yeah, this is just
I'll
typical.
take it.
Same exact thing.
He never came back.
I said, "I'll give it to you for 10 as is."
Hilarious, bro. Fuck me.
He's like, "Really?" I'm like, yeah, really, as is.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't know why so often it's doing that, but
Yeah,
just
well.
gotta wait it out. Fucking, let's see, man. What's
I was over in Cali a little bit early
What
September
part?
there, San Diego.
Nice? Yeah,
Yeah, my buddy got married. I was able to hit a few like open mics over
yeah,
there.
sick. I've been out a couple times. Like cousins and my aunt and uncle are from there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's a beautiful,
It is,
beautiful
dude.
state. I mean,
interesting doing comedy there. Maybe
it was
it?
definitely interesting. I mean, like the scene looked like it had taken a beating from COVID.
Yeah,
And like
Really?
it was like the remains of what was left, and like,
Yeah.
a lot of comics were pissed off about mics that had closed down without explanations.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, they were telling me tall tales of like these mics that were like,
back in the day. And
yeah,
shit.
they were like, well, it was actually they were telling me like I had got there 2 days after this mic had shut down.
Oh damn.
It was an everyday mic,
Yeah.
and they would go every night, and it was like a beautiful room, beautiful stage, lots of tourists coming in and out.
Oh, civilians. That's always good too.
Yeah. But it was cool to like bump into those comedians from on the West Coast, from the East Coast, and like
Get their perspective.
just
and
watch how
shit.
they treat you. I
Yeah.
mean, like they treat you like family. They're like, "Oh man, you're like a long lost relative. You can stay
Yeah.
at my place. Come on out. Let's go out on the town tonight.
Yeah.
Let's find
People are
some."
generally chill.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
in the West Coast.
I mailed the one dude some Newports because they
Yeah.
don't have menthol cigarettes over there.
Oh, that's right. They outlaw.
Yeah.
Damn. That's what I smoked until recently.
Yeah, he's
quitting
like,
that.
"I'm hooked on menthols again, man." He's like, "I'm sorry, but this is gonna have to be a monthly thing."
Newport hundreds,
He's like Venmoing me money. I'm like
Yeah.
trapping Newports over to him.
underground sig,
Yeah.
railroad.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's crazy how eye-opening the like Cali is. They're just like, you know,
all
no
the
flavored
regulation.
anything.
Yeah, no
really.
flavored.
Yeah, they get rid of all that. They're banning Skittles.
Yeah,
You see that? They're done with Skittles over there.
I did.
The
Because
red
of one
one.
of the colors.
The red ones, yeah.
Yeah, one of the red numbers. What is
Yeah.
it?
The red 3 or something.
What does it do?
It's carcinogenic or something. Causes
Carcinogenic? Yeah,
it
that's
causes the
wild.
cancer.
But so much shit is carcinogenic, dude.
I
It's
know.
wild.
I know.
That's so
It'd be
wild.
more alarming if it was like something else. Like it's like you eat these Skittles, you may get AIDS.
You can still buy like tobacco and shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
but
but
not
candy
flavored.
is-
Not flavored.
That's true.
But
And
they find
also, like,
loopholes on the flavors.
Yeah.
I mean, like then you find these little low end key stores, like a bodegas that's
Yeah.
like, oh, you looking
give
for the
it to, like-
flavored shit?
Yeah,
You know, follow
for
me
sure.
back here.
Yeah, yeah.
But then meanwhile, the weed is like Wild West out there.
Yeah.
They don't even care out there, man.
Dude. We were in Lake Tahoe on the Cali side in August, so we always hit up the dispensary on the way.
Ah, that's nice.
To the hotel, so we get shit.
I don't even know how people survive out there, man.
Dude, they have these infused pre-rolled joints.
I've seen some of these. Dude, they're nuts.
So
they have a crazy taste.
It's rolled in diamonds, and it's got
diamonds.
resin
I heard
and
these
flour.
diamonds. I've heard of these. I've done them one time.
And they have,
it was
like,
crazy.
blunts or joints. It's fucking amazing.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then edibles. Edibles don't really like.
The edibles are messed up over there,
It takes
man.
a lot for me to get going. I just rather just blaze.
The edibles are weird because you can't like dial it, gauge it at all.
Right.
You rip a 100 milligram drink. I drank a 100 milligram drink over there, and I was like, man, I'm gonna go look at the ocean. This might be cool.
I took 200, no problem.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Dude, 100 put me in
They're
like a wheelchair.
Tablets. They're THC tablets.
Damn, I needed like help after I had that 100 milligrams. I was
driving through the hills like, hey,
I was sitting in the hotel watching Bar Rescue, like John Tafford was yelling at me like it was my bar. He's like, you fucked up. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. My wife got, like, she's a lightweight. So, and when in Rome, she took these little 10 milli joints, and she took 2. And that was too much, And I was like, oh, man, that's a bummer. Because we were having such a great time. It was the first night. So she's like, I'm taking another. And I like an hour later, she's like, I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, it's such a bummer. She's,
That'll get you, man.
Yeah.
It'll get you sometimes like that, man.
Not me, but
no, yeah. I mean, like me, the most that'll happen to me is I'll fall asleep.
Yeah, I just get
like,
real
all right,
tired.
Well, there's nothing I can do about this, guys.
I just get really tired.
Sorry that I invited everyone over for football Sunday and it's 1:05 and now I'm tired.
Yeah, and I have nothing to say.
Yeah, I'm like, I drank 2 Red Bulls and I need to sleep.
All right, you'll be so caffeinated, but like high as a motherfucker.
Oh, dude, it's terrible, man.
Empty brain, dude.
Yeah.
I had that problem, like, it's part of stopping drinking, I'm glad, is like doing I need to get back out to Mike's, by the way, but
Mike's
doing that, I'm so much sharper, but without the 2-3 beers before. And like hitting the blunt throws me off, dude. I'll just look like blank slate, tabla rasa, empty mind.
Yeah,
it sucks.
And that's what I noticed watching one of my sets where I bombed kind of recently. I was like, the energy wasn't there, and I know exactly why. It was like,
too high. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like a long Saturday.
I'm gonna start doing it after.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was a really long Saturday. I probably should have took a nap around like 3. I like did like an all-nighter kind of thing the night
It's not
before.
lazy. If you have a stand-up night, a fucking nap is so clutch.
Yeah, I should have ripped it. Yeah,
because like you start drifting off like 5-6.
Oh yeah, I mean even tomorrow it's gonna be nuts.
Working,
like I
if
have
you're
to
working
do
and shit, doing other life shit.
Yeah, exactly right. Like tomorrow it's like double shows at night.
Yeah,
but got a whole 8-hour shift at work.
Right.
It's like. Oh man! Yeah. Yes, can't wait to process orders all day while I think about the 10 minutes I'm gonna do that night.
Fucking sucks.
The 20 minutes, technically, It's like
that blows, man.
Yeah, but that's part of the game. You know, that's the game, man.
Who knows what'll come from this too?
No, yeah.
Maybe you'll get some shows out of this too.
That's all you hope. You chain them together.
Yeah.
You keep bringing them around and keep chaining them.
Do you know who's on the shows with you?
I know Walker Britt is going to be on one of them with me, Jess Rohan, and I didn't look that deep in it. Somebody else I was excited to see on there, Gary Sharp.
Okay. Yeah.
I never really linked up with him, but I know him. I follow him a little bit.
Jim K and him are doing a podcast together soon, and Jim K's been through here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, great guy. I want to get Gary.
Yeah, I haven't bumped into him at all, but that'd be cool to bump into him. I mean, even though it's going to be for a small amount of time, you know, it's like only a small amount of time there. So because like then it's just, I mean, like I'm really gonna be cutting it close. I think. I mean, because it's like, all right, that show starts at 8.
Where's the first one?
It's in Easton.
Easton. Oh, the
first one. So the first one's in Easton.
So you're driving back home.
So I'm driving to New Hope after that.
New Hope.
And like it's like okay, it is an hour drive.
Okay.
So it's like gotta do it. It's like an hour drive.
Do you have a hard time? Like, is there a set order for the second show?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't ask him, but he is aware that I'm driving from like Easton. Yeah. So I mean, like I would assume that he's like a little bit like he's like, man, we could put him at number 2. You know,
I could be.
Like I'm definitely not a headliner right now. You know, like I'm not the guy that you bring it in for the headline spot. But
if he knows you're coming, It usually help you out.
Especially because I
don't
might
know.
have a couple friends come out to that one too. They were texting me about it. I mean, like I usually do a little self promo, but like if I hit somebody's neighborhood and they're like, "Yo, man, like I'm in New Hope,"
fucking come out.
If they follow through with coming through, I told them I'd buy them a beer. So
yeah, sick. Do it.
Yeah,
go see Ryan.
Yeah.
Are you dressing up? No. I'm
actually gonna wear a suit.
Speaking of Bar 13, it's like a year ago, maybe the one time I went down there for an open mic. Nothing like Fenris's laugh, by the way. If you get that, you're like,
yeah.
I can go
there's
sleep.
always that key laugh you're looking for in the room. Like when you walk in, you're like, there's the vet comic that I want to make laugh.
But there was this guy who, and I don't want to be insensitive, he had I believe he was special needs, but he dressed as a nun.
Was this
I don't know. I don't remember, but he's like was a regular.
Oh yeah, Luke Kincaid. No.
No. Yeah, the white guy in the Dracula outfit.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry, it was a nun outfit.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
I'd have to ask Fenris.
There was a guy running around for a little while. He was I don't know how to say it.
Intellectually challenged.
He was just dressing up a little bit.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. You know that comic?
As what?
Different things like every week.
Like I've seen a dude dressed
up as a magician, and he dressed up as Cher.
Biker.
He dressed up as Cher the one time.
Oh, okay.
And he was like doing a whole set as Cher. It was
that Bar 13?
He actually used to do it at Joel's, man, and it was very strange.
I've seen a guy. He told me I reminded him of David Tell, which was like, thank you, but that makes zero sense to me. But
it's crazy.
I don't know what he meant about my comedy or physically. Yeah. Like, do I look like a young shitty Tell?
I had somebody
younger. I'm 40. I'm not young.
They told me they were like, you look like Aaron Paul, right?
Yeah.
And so I went the whole week thinking, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Fucking A, bitch, walking around. I was like, yeah, bitch, let's do it.
They were really overdid.
And then the next week, I'm at the bar, and this dude walks up to me out of nowhere, right? I'm sitting there by myself enjoying my lunch, and he just comes up. He's like, dude, I thought you were Murph from Impractical Jokers. And I was like, dude.
Wow.
I was like, dude.
To take you back down.
Yeah, I was like, dude, man. I was like, way to humble me, Jesus.
Right back down to earth. Oh, that's cold,
it was rough. Bro. It was funny.
That's cold.
it was pretty wild, you know?
At least it wasn't a female, though.
No,
You remind me of fucking Winnie the Pooh. Like, what? That'll ruin your day.
Oh, man, yeah. She's like, you look like Ruby Rose, the girl from Batman, the Batwoman. Yeah. I thought it was you. You look like a lesbian from over here. I was like, okay.
You look like you wear sandals all the time.
Yeah, you're half correct.
That's funny. You look like you have a beach house in Cape May.
It was funny about even the dressing up thing. I mean, so when I did my first Philly's Funniest, I wore a suit to it.
Yeah, you were. That's right.
Yeah,
and fucking Shane Gillis was there.
Yeah, so I walked in. I was like probably like 7 months into comedy at this point, and it was about 4 or 5 months before Shane got canceled.
Yeah,
and I
got SNL, and then thus got
yeah. It was like that September.
Yeah,
and then I was like, it's probably like June, and but anyway, I walk in, I'm wearing a suit. I got the whole shoes shine and everything. I'm walking in there.
Amazing.
And I get my drink ticket. She's like, who are you? And she's kind of chuckling a little bit because I'm wearing a suit.
Just like a regular
everybody
suit.
Knows. They're like, what is this kid doing right now?
It's like the John you would wear to a wedding.
It was like the only suit I had.
Not
for
like a Joker suit.
No. It was like a
not like a Doug
suit. It's like I wore it to funerals. I wore it to weddings. I wore it to anywhere important.
Yeah. And it was the suit.
Yeah. It was like, I was like, okay, like here we go. So then
did you expect anything?
I expected it to be hilarious.
That's awesome.
And so I walked up to the bar and I was like, put my drink ticket down. I'm about to get my drink. And then Shane is on my left. I don't know who he is at the time, but he turns to me and he goes, who the fuck are you, Johnny Carson? Yeah. And then I got like mad at that, because like as any comedian would, they're like, I'm fucking about to go out there and murder, dude. You don't even know me.
You don't even know me, dude.
Yeah, like you don't even know who I am, dude. And then meanwhile, I look at his hoodie and it's like a Cowboy Bebop ripoff, but it's like mixed with his show. It was like Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, but in Cowboy Bebop font.
He's like, oh shit.
And I was like, who the fuck are you? Some Cowboy Bebop bitch? And this comic next to me, I don't even know his name. He turns to me and he just goes, he's like, dude, you know who the fuck that is? And I was like, no, dude.
Yeah.
And then and then Shane's just like, dude, I'm just messing, man. Let me buy you a drink.
Yeah.
And I was like, most expensive shit. Mm-hmm. And then he bought me 2.
You fucking railroaded
him.
Yeah. You fucking gouged him.
And then he was like, you know what you should open with, man? He's like, I was like, what's that?
Hey, you got some advice out
Yeah, he gave me some advice. He's like, go out there and open with, you guys are all fucking gay.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that, and then I bombed for 5 minutes, came back into the green room.
Take Shane Gillis's advice.
That's what I thought, right? So I get into the green room, and he says that to me. He's like, you should have opened with, you guys are all gay.
Yeah.
And then for 5 years, I've tried to open with that on and off.
It never works.
It never fucking works. Yeah. Never works. I've closed with it. I've opened with it. People are mad. Yeah, they don't like it.
Upset. Leaving.
Yeah.
I
get DMs. They're like, what would you mean by that, bud?
Have you ever gotten any hate?
The only hate I've gotten is when I've had 2 hate messages through, I mean, like, granted, on comments.
On social media?
Yeah, social media.
From seeing you.
Strangers.
At a later time.
I have a bumper sticker that's my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
So like some people heckle me about my driving. Yeah, they're like, you suck at driving, dude.
There's a dude that lives in here, and he has his Instagram is your boy Versace. Look him up. But his car is wrapped in the Versace print.
That's pretty funny.
Pretty fucking sick.
Oh man.
Love you.
That's good.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
That's a different type of wealth, you know?
Yeah. It's not.
No, yeah.
It's a type of non-wealth.
I rent. No.
Yeah. I wrap my car.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. Dude, of all the things you can do with money, why would you do that?
No, yeah. I think about that too. I mean, even now being 30, the other day I was sitting there and I was about to buy a t-shirt and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Do I need this?
Yeah, I was like, do I really need another t-shirt? Yeah. Is this the missing puzzle piece?
It sucks, dude. We're buying a house, so we're gonna be house poor for a minute.
That's me right now, man. I'm trying to buy a house, and it's like just like they don't want you to buy a house. Yeah. It's like the DJ Khaled's of the housing market. They're like, we don't want you to buy a house. It's like, all right.
The rates are insane.
Yeah.
You know?
I ask my dad what he's paying on his house. It's very low, and then I ask him what I'd be paying on his house, and it's very high.
Yeah. I mean, there's give and take, but like our school taxes are bananas.
Yeah.
It's fucking Coatesville School District. And it's the cost to do a business.
I'm about to just move to the hood and help start to gentrify it. If we can get 5 of the homies to buy a house on one block, when we run that block for a year, we might be able to convert the rest of the block into having parties.
A block party? Hell yeah. That'd be the shit. A compound with all the homies. Do it. Let's do it. Start planning. No. What are you doing any shows for like Halloween or anything?
I'm actually a little upset with myself. There was one Halloween show I would have liked to do out in Port Carbon.
Yeah.
Where it was like a costume mic.
Yeah.
And I would have either dressed up as Dracula or Norm Macdonald.
All right.
And just did like, I would have did 10 minutes of Norm Macdonald.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he's a good comic. It's funny because it's like trying to explain one of his jokes is almost like a joke in itself. Because like
you got to see him.
I literally was telling this guy this joke the other day, and he was just like, didn't even laugh, and I was like,
you don't get it.
Fucking gotta see it.
That's Norm too. I have a t-shirt, a Norm. It's like the Obey logo. Instead of Andre the Giant, it's Norm.
That's hilarious.
And it just says Norm. It kind of rules. Yeah, dude, he's a huge influence on me.
Yeah, also, me as well. I enjoyed Norm.
Mitch Hedberg, although like I don't write like him anymore. Like I started out like everything was one.
The other day I wrote a joke that was like I had to dive into
I still have them.
Oh yeah, I mean I had to dive into a Google thing where I was like, is this a Mitch Hedberg joke? I was like, it better not be.
You had to like double check.
Yeah, because the joke is like blind person areas. I was driving down the street, I saw a sign that said blind person area, and all I was thinking was great. Another obstacle, you know?
Like, what? How do they see that?
Yeah.
They're not gonna
That's
see
all I
it.
was saying. I was like, just another obstacle for this guy.
They don't know that they're supposed to be kept there?
Yeah. It's just like it's in his area. It could be somewhere else.
I've been waving.
Why don't they put it outside of his area?
Yeah. Just flag him down.
Yeah.
That'll be just as effective. Son of a bitch. Fucking the Phillies lost. What the fuck? Bro?
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, me too. I had $100 on them since the beginning of the season.
We had.
Yeah, they were offering me cash outs upwards of 1,000. I didn't take it.
Lost it all.
Held the line, just lost it all.
Damn, dude, that blows.
Yeah.
How do you fare on that shit? Because I'm not a better, like I'm not a gambler.
I mean, so my dad texted me preseason. He was like, "Yeah, throw 50 for me," and like I probably owe my dad money, so I was like, I'll throw it for both of us. You know? So we both threw 50, and it was like, okay,
that's fair enough. You're not like it's not taking.
So it was like $100 total, and
yeah,
it was like I do that instead of play Powerball and stuff.
Yeah,
I try to. The only betting I like is the $20 parlays to win like 50,000 or something like that. It's like a long shot. It's probably not gonna happen, but I'm here for the ride.
Right. I got you.
And when it dies at 1:00 or like 1:10,
you're out.
Like, that was a fun football Sunday. I turn everything off, go in the other room.
Yeah. I can just watch it, man. I have no money to lose anyway. You know what I mean? Shit, I would lose it real quick.
Well, now that the fucking housing market is so ridiculous. Dude. Now I'm like, well, fuck. I was like, man, I'm not getting a house now. So you guys are like, I'm just going to keep shooting dice over here.
Yeah. Start investing or something.
Yeah.
Man, not crypto.
It's on the rise right now. You see
I know, but
Bitcoin shooting.
But then it'll drop down.
I know.
Like 80%.
I can only hope that it goes up, that I can just buy my dad's house with one Bitcoin. Yeah.
Cash it in. That'd be fucking sick. But the odds of that happening.
Oh, yeah, very low. Very low. And it needs to happen fast.
Unfortunately, yeah. Well, fucking A.
You got a better shot of moving to Cali now, gold mining, and finding a gold nugget before I get back.
In San Francisco.
Yeah.
Good luck, pal. No. It sucks, dude. We really lucked out with our fucking, from the realtor to the deal.
Yeah.
Fucking sick. Got what we need. The studio's going to be fucking more spacious.
Yeah, man, I had big dreams for the studio.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, dude.
2-car garage and whatnot. You got a garage?
Yeah, 2-car garage,
man,
basement.
Nice.
The basement's gonna be the studio. Yo, they have there are some very interesting details in this crib.
Oh yeah.
In the basement, there's a locked door under, like where you go down steps in the basement.
Yeah.
And underneath the steps, like where Harry Potter was raised. That door,
like the Dobby room.
That door has a key lock. Like why? I was thinking maybe firearms, but then the basement leads back to this other room.
I don't know why you would put a key lock there.
I thought
maybe you got
maybe
kids.
firearms or something. I don't know. But then you go back, because we have method owners. You don't really need to.
Yeah.
You go back, then there's like the HVAC shit and the laundry. And then in the way back, there's this weird room sectioned off at like a weird angle. It's like not a shape you learn in school. Like they just threw up drywall. Damn. And that door has a lock. So maybe they're growing some herb or something.
In the 1800s, there was like a murder.
Or they were trafficking children. Because the front door, like up the like the bolt lock is up above my head. Like I'm 5'10". It's probably like 6 feet high on the front door. Why did they put the lock, like, so a child couldn't reach it?
Yeah.
But maybe they just had some wild ass kids. But I don't know. All these locks together on paper is kind of fucking weird. You know what I mean?
No, that is that is pretty strange.
Yeah, so I'm taking that off so people don't see, why does he have a fucking high lock on
I was
this
watching
door?
I was watching like an Alfred Hitchcock movie earlier.
How tall is his wife?
It sounds like very like that could be a factor there. There's high locks.
Which Hitchcock?
I watched the Rear Window and then I went,
my favorite.
Honestly, my favorite movie is like kind of disturb you a little bit. I like that movie.
That's a good one.
It's based off the Rear Window.
Oh yeah, that's fucking right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Rear Window?
I thought it was pretty good. I like how it was shot.
Cary Grant rules.
Shot very well.
Fucking Cary Grant, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sick movie. Hitchcock. He had I don't know if it's out anywhere, but he also had a TV show in addition to all these. Vertigo,
I've seen that.
North by Northwest.
It's like an hour, the Hitchcock hour.
Yeah, and they're like Twilight Zone episodes, kind of like his version of that.
I gotta check those out.
Pretty sick if you can find it.
Yeah.
Hitchcock's the man. Yeah.
He's definitely interesting. I like how he was making cameos in his own movies too.
Yeah, he would do that.
He's like fixing the clock on the wall.
I wonder if he was like the first homie to do that. Like Stan Lee.
I'm sure there's a lot of people doing that. There must have been.
Probably. Yeah. But he definitely he would introduce the stories on his TV show at the beginning. And his voice was like awesome too. He had a cool voice for that. Yeah, Hitchcock's sick.
His daughter died 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. She couldn't have been that old.
She was like up there.
Yeah.
I think she was like maybe 90.
Yeah. Wonder when he died.
He died pretty early. It was like 60s.
What year did Alfred Hitchcock die? 1980. At age 80 in Bel Air.
It's pretty late.
He was the Alfred Prince of Bel Air.
Wow.
Yeah, 1980.
For some reason, I thought Einstein died in like the 90s, but then I was way wrong. Yeah.
I don't know when, but I know it wasn't the 90s.
Yeah, no.
I would have remembered that.
Yeah, it was like the 50s.
Yeah. It was way before me. 83, baby. Giving out, doxing myself.
Oh, wow. 93
Just
for me.
doxing myself
10 years
on
after you, yeah.
Yeah. I got some time on you. It didn't help. It is what it is.
Yeah, I just crossed into 30 now. So, yeah.
Do you start thinking about things differently?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm at that point, the next level up.
Yeah, a lot of it is just like, weird, man, dude. It's like, should have did this when...
And we're back.
Like I should have did this when I was like 25 and whatnot. And then,
I constantly think that, especially.
Like
worse.
Get a job that's going to pay me a lot now, so it's like I didn't have to worry about this whole housing thing. Buy a house when I was 25. I mean, that would have been probably a good move.
Right, but at the time you were like, I want to work at home though.
Also, probably didn't have a ton of money back then, but yeah,
it changes shit, man. It changes how you look at things.
Now it's just like I'm forced to go buy a house somewhere else
when you know the value of it.
Oh yeah,
it fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
And looking right now, Blues. But
yeah, it's just like, and then the math is just was absurd to me. I mean, like you know, you try to buy a $450,000 house, then you're looking at, you know, $3,600 a month, and then you multiply that by 30 years. Then there's a million like
tertiary fees involved. In closing.
Ends up being like 1.5 million. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, whoever's helping you once a piece, you know.
Which is crazy because like if I just had $450,000 in my bank account, how does that work? Do I just write the check for that?
If you could
transfer that?
You could do like a cashier's check or a wire. You'd probably do a wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it would take a while for a check to...
You think it would?
Well, a cashier's check is usually guaranteed. Yeah. Let's talk about checks, baby. Let's talk about...
Oh, man.
Fucking...
Wiring money.
Yeah. Houses.
What a problem to have, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, right. How much is that run?
Yeah, so I wired this guy $400,000.
Yeah. Fucking hey, man. Well, let's see. We're almost at an hour here.
Yeah.
Fucking, you got a show tomorrow night?
2. It's going to be a fun time.
You got to drive home. But we made it happen.
Yeah. It was a good time.
I don't even know. Did we mention that we did this before?
Yeah. I think we did briefly in the beginning. We shot it once.
I lost all the audio as soon as I stopped it. And I hope I'm not fucking cursed. But we did it.
We should be all right.
Yeah.
I think it's running, right?
Yeah. It worked.
Yeah.
But where can people find you?
So people can find me. You got me on Ryan Resell on Instagram, Ryan Resell on YouTube, Ryan Rinz on TikTok.
RINZ.
Yep. You can find me anywhere. You can call my phone number too. We'll put it at the bottom here. Yeah. Just call me whenever.
I will dox you.
Yeah.
We out here. He's out here. But, dude, thanks again for coming.
Dude, yeah, thanks for having me, man. I'll have you over on Tough Times.
Yeah,
you know?
talk about
hopefully
it.
Hopefully I get Tough Times back, you know? Love to get that pod back going. Got to get my co-host back.
It's a lot.
Contract negotiations are tough, you know?
Going back and forth.
You know, the podcast market is crazy right now. I mean, you know, the housing market, we talked about it briefly.
This shit
it's
is
twice
wild.
as worse over in the podcast
market.
That's
why I am a sole proprietor.
That's the way to do it, man. Solo's the way to fly it because...
But I do everything.
Of course.
It's fucking,
it's a nightmarish task.
It's a nightmarish task.
I was doing it for myself for a little while, you know?
I can't complain. I'm doing this for fun.
I mean, so far, all I've gotten from running it myself was carpal tunnel. Yeah. Both hands.
Sure. Shit happens. Are you saying your possible partner's name? Or
Mizba Hawk.
Okay.
Yeah, you could pop him around. Get in his DMs about the show coming back.
Slide on
and that'll
it.
get it back.
Slide into these.
Yeah, slide up in those D's. It's the D's knees.
So is there an angle to the pod?
We shoot the shit. I've been friends with him since 3rd grade. We talk about tough times.
Sounds like there's some chemistry.
We had a second one going too, which I'm like still on the verge of thinking about merging them. It was called Tough Times 2, like TOO, because other people are having tough times too.
Sure.
You know, so it was just like, it all flowed. It was good.
That's an idea. Do it, man.
It's fun.
It's easy to podcast now. Easier and
It's
easier.
so easy.
And also difficult at the same time if you want to do it right.
Yeah, very true.
You know?
The execution's critical.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Me as well.
I'm working on it.
But hey, you're doing a great job. Great little studio here. Had a lot of fun.
Soon to be better when we move. Next
Love
month.
that.
It's coming. So I'm trying to bank a couple episodes too.
Nice
So the
work.
move will go smooth. But dude, thank you again.
Thanks again, man.
Fucking come back soon and catch Ryan where you need to catch him online.
Yeah.
Or in
Or
life.
if you see me walking out on
Catch him. Grab
my
him by
house and I'm falling,
grab
you
his
just catch
ankles,
me.
tackle
Yeah.
him like a fucking Kelsey.
First person to catch me gets $100.
You heard it here first.